This is where we count the votes on election night. It's Thomas James. Thomas?
How you doing?
Pretty fine, One of the things that the vendor told us was that people would not be able to access this, that every time you entered into the system, that the system would record that.
Dr. Hugh Thompson and Harry Hursty believed that they could change vote totals without being caught. Hugh tried hacking GEMS, the computer's vote counting program. He used an election held at a local high school. Nadia Smith had come in second with 322 votes. They decided to make her the winner.
So I go into this election file, and if I do, I'm asked for a password, and I have no idea what the password is.
But Hugh had written a program that automatically looked for Nadia's vote total and then changed it to 5,000. When they called up the results page, Nadia had won, but the computer showed no evidence of fraud.
It does give me great concern over the failure of the system to realize that you can slide by and come around through another direction and bypass the password.
But Hugh could have been caught if the final totals on GEMS were checked against the original printed out results. Hari realized that every vote is stored on a memory card before the totals are printed. So if you can hack the memory cards, you can control an election.
The real vulnerability has to be very close to the source of the information. And in that environment, the only possibility was the memory card.
Hari wanted to find out what exactly was inside the Diebold ballot box. And so he bought a memory card reader off the internet. And within a couple of days, he found that the cards didn't just contain votes. There was a program or executable code.
Well, if someone would have told me that in this system there is a living thing, an executable, modifiable program stored in the same place as the very data which is the most secure in this system, I would say you have to be misunderstanding something, crazy or lying.
Hari wrote a report for black box voting, warning that this program, lurking in the memory card, could be used to change the result of an election.
What happened after that was that Diebold basically dismissed and stonewalled the report.
Diebold sent letters to officials across America denying that there was any executable code on the memory cards. Back in Cuyahoga County, Ohio, home of the infamous recount, the chair of the Board of Elections, Bob Bennett, was on the brink of investing $20 million in Diebold systems.
It's a standalone system. Votes are encrypted, so if anyone tries to tamper with those election results, it immediately shuts down the system. So you've got built-in protection within the system.
I'm sorry, you've been very kind.
No. All right.
So far, you're doing fairly well.
Thank you, sir.
Bob Bennett was also the chair of the Republican Party in Ohio, the party that Diebold had raised money for. Citizens were there to record, observe, and hopefully make a difference. Among them, Kathleen and her college buddy, Victoria Lovegren.
Basically, I would like to know why. What were your decision rationale? For even your own criterion, Diebold does not win.
Well,
it's a bad decision, and it's gonna come back to bite you because you're already in trouble. People do not trust Cuyahoga County. They do not trust the recount here. You're in trouble.
Right now, we are still in the process of completing the negotiations on the Diebold contract. We have made that selection. It's not likely that we're going to go back unless there's something drastic that happens in that and change our decision on that.
So Bev decided it was time to make something drastic happen. 3 months later, Diebold was back in town to complete the sale.
Hi, I'm Peg
Green. I'm Director of Research and Development for Diebold.
Ms. Harris, could you phrase your question again? Can votes be changed using only a memory card?
No, I do not believe votes can be changed using only a memory card. That particular situation is detected by the software. The report that was written, that I have read, guesses that something like that might be possible, but says that they did not actually accomplish that or even test that.
These are very strong statements. These are statements that we took to be a challenge. These are statements that we wanted to find out if they were true or not.
And so Bev went back to Tallahassee to see if votes could be changed. For Ian, there was another reason to test the memory cards. As one of the most trusted Florida election officials, he had been appointed to oversee the 2000 presidential recount. The recount might have discovered why Volusia County's computers counted backwards to minus 16,022 votes. But when the Supreme Court stopped that recount, Ian was left with unanswered questions.